Sebastián Mejía, co-founder and CSO of Rappi. Yeah, I think it was always a bit of a calling for me. I always wanted to do something different and unique, and I always saw it as a way of pursuing my purpose in life was to do different things. You know, at the moment, I didn't know what that meant. I was the son of entrepreneurs, and that's what I always saw. Early on, I was always inventing businesses, most of them unsuccessfully, going through a lot of challenges. I always saw my friends, going through after you graduate and then you start going to university. Some of them start going to more traditional paths. I was never like that. So I think it was always something that I knew I had to do and something that I wanted to dedicate my life to. In my early days before that, I was just buying and selling stuff, and building little restaurants and stuff like that, and I was always trying to learn, what it was that I wanted to do. And I think I always give that advice to my little brother, who's 16 years old. I tell him, it's normal that you don't know what to do. The important thing is to just try a lot of stuff until you're gonna find exactly what it is. I was fortunate because I lost my father when I was 21, and I had a mother who was always extremely supportive, and at moments I was doing things that everyone thought, this guy is crazy, he has no idea what he's doing, he's completely lost. He doesn't have a career. My mother was like, let him, he's gonna find a way, and I think that was very important. Then when deciding what to do or what businesses to pursue or what career path to pursue, I think some people are gonna give you, again, advices, but you listen to them. But I think the best advice that I ever got was you gotta do what you really feel like you're gonna do. You gotta follow your steps, whatever they are. You gotta be authentic to that. And that's an advice that I took to heart. It wasn't easy at all because people judge you. People don't know what you're doing. You don't fit in a clear mold. You feel like a little bit left out or different. But you cannot do anything innovative without not feeling different, I think. So I think it's normal, I guess. We'll go through that. You do have a lot of moments where long hours, your priority is this, you're so driven sometimes that you don't realize that you're actually disconnected from some other sides of your life. And I think it's important. I don't like to use the word balance because it means you're unhappy and you're balancing with other stuff, so I see it more as making sure that you have your mind in a good place, your body in a good place, your relationship with your loved ones in a good place, and you have to invest in that because if you don't, then your day-to-day in your business is going to be terrible. So you do have to keep that in mind. I still haven't mastered it, and I'm still working on it, and it's I think it's a working process, and you become better as you mature. But it's still something that especially the loved ones around me are sometimes grab me by the cheek and say, hey, you gotta react a little bit, And then some tools like meditation, for example, I highly recommend it. I do it every day, and I've been doing it for the last 6 years. It's 20 minutes, and the way I explain it to some of the people in the company, and especially the techie ones, is imagine you're a computer and you're overheating, because of the processing capacity. You just unplug it, and you plug it back again and it restarts, and it cools down. That's, in essence, that's what it is, so it's nothing spiritual or shamanic or stuff. It's much more a healthy tool for your mind, and it helps you think better, it helps you carry stress better, it helps you be less emotional, it helps you be more creative. So I think it's a great tool. I have always great mentors, and I've had the fortune of learning with people that were very inspirational. Many of them are very close friends of mine, and I ask for advice on a personal level, like the question that you asked me about how you balance life or how you keep a healthy relationship with your loved ones. It's something that I ask him. A person like that who was at the top of a lot of public companies, who has had a very long trajectory and is someone extremely successful, has seen it all, or at least a lot. We have a great support from our investors, extremely experienced people that trust us a lot, that have seen many of the challenges, that have been entrepreneurs as well, so they know how painful it can be and how hard it can be, and it's always good to have a conversation with them openly about challenges that you face in your business. So I can think of many examples, personal examples, strategic challenges, how to solve them, operational challenges, how to solve them, basically the day-to-day of building a business. I go to them a lot. But maybe what's lacking was success stories. Latin American innovation was like this, like desolated valley, where you see like few type of success stories, but nothing sustained, nothing of real impact, and that for us is super important. We want to put Latin America on the map, with other amazing companies that are already doing great things, in the continent, but we want to be part of those. We want to help push that change, because I think the addressable market here is massive. There's a lot of entrepreneurialism and in our culture. We have a lot of well-educated people. I think we have access to talent, technical talent too. So it's hard for me to understand why there's such a big gap and difference in capital going to a place like India versus Latin America, for example. Latin America has a higher GDP per capita, it's a larger GDP, less complex, I think. So I think what's missing is success stories and proving that there's no paradigms, that you can change that, that you can aim higher, that you can aim bigger. So when you ask me about what I think it's lacking or what I think Latin entrepreneurs need, is actually to have that type of vision, of we can create something innovative, we can create something unique, we don't need to copy, we can create really large businesses, we can transform the company together. So it's changing the mentality, I think, and thinking regionally as well. It's really important. I think if you want to have a real large business in Latin America, I think it's important to have a regional presence. I think that my life has been pretty much molded with a lot of hard moments, which I think are the ones that give you the best type of learnings. I lost my father when I was 21, and that was extremely challenging. I had to take a lot of responsibilities. I had to take responsibilities of his businesses, of my little brother, for example, and do that in a moment where I'm still doing my career, and doing those things in parallel, and keep my studies present, and keep on going with my plan in life. And then I remember going to New York when I was 25 years old. I had nothing. I had like a backpack full of dreams and like $1,500, which lasts 2 weeks in New York. Super challenging too, those first 2 years of how you survive in a place as competitive and as tough as that. So I think it does come from early age, and I think you feel it. You feel that you can create stuff. You feel that you can do something special, or at least walk a path that has a lot where you feel like you're like the architect of your life. Like you have the power to design it. You have the power to know what to do. You have the power to mold it, to change it. You feel that early on, and I think also the challenges that you go through make you extremely resilient, and you start seeing that the biggest blessings sometimes in life are the hardest moments, because they just teach you so much, they make you so much better. And I think that's been my case. I remember those tough moments with a lot of clarity, saying, okay, this is tough, but I want to do this with my life. It makes you more focused, more driven. It makes you fight harder for it. Makes you more hungry too. So yeah, I look at those hard moments with a lot of gratitude.